Hey, what's up? Good day. Happy rising, everyone. Good day. A little bit early with this reading today. I wanted to get this one out. I really like this lesson. This lesson rocks my socks. I had a great experience with it in my practice today, and it's really great. I got a client coming soon, so just wanted to read it with you before he comes, and then it's a pretty busy day today, so and just inviting. Hey, what's up, viewer? Hello. Hey, make yourself known, viewer. Please say hello. I'd appreciate it if you want to. Only do so if you can do so with the love of a child feeding a hungry duck, a happy hungry duck. I'm hungry to know who you are, viewer. Say hello. Okay. Anyways, today's lesson. Yesterday's lesson was about will. It was about what will is, what your will really is, what the will really is. It's I will there be light. You will there be light. The will is that there is light. That's true will. Darkness is like the stopping of will. It's like that meaningless meaning. Oh, hey, Starry Misha Lee. Goodness gracious. Thank you. You're feeding the hungry duck. You're a happy child. Okay, so you will there be light, and darkness is not your will. That was yesterday's lesson. Today's is there is no will but God's. There is no will but God's. There is no will but God's. And later on, when it comes to will, there's a lot about the Course's use of this word will. You share God's will for happiness for you, such that kind of stuff, basically. I find this lesson extremely helpful, and in the meditation of this, I pretty much have always experienced a lot of peaceful, blissful joy. Okay, anyways, I'm going to get started with the reading. Of course, you could believe that there is some other will but God's. Maybe you could believe there's a devil's if you wanted or something. The Course says we don't need to believe this stuff. That sounds like such a funny caveat to me for this lesson. But that, and of course, like it could be like, what is it? Is that true that there's no will but God's, and that we share it with God? This will with this will. Hey, thanks, Will. Hey, Will. I got a thumb up from Will. Will says, thumb up. There is no will but mine. There is no will but Will's. There's no will but God's. Okay. Anyways, the idea for today can be regarded. We're already reading. Okay. The idea for today can be regarded as the central thought towards which all our exercises are directed. All our exercises are directed towards this idea. Hey, what's up, Ted Pope Jr.? Thanks for I think Ted Pope here probably is, maybe he's posting a reading of his own of this lesson. He has good contributions towards considerations for the Course in Miracles. Okay, God's is the only will, and he shares it with you, and you share this will with God, with Creator, with creation. When you have recognized this, you have recognized that your will is his. The belief that conflict is possible has gone. Peace has replaced the strange idea that you are torn by conflicting goals. As an expression of the will of God, you have no goal but his. As an expression, you are an expression of the will of God. You have no goal but his. You share God's will for happiness, for everyone, for you, for her, for him, for me, for we. Paragraph number 2. I wish it was number 3. That would have rhymed a little better. Okay. There is great peace. There's great peace in today's idea. The exercises for today are directed towards finding it, towards finding this peace. The idea itself is wholly true. There is no will but God's. Therefore, it cannot give rise to illusions. This idea that there is no will but God's can't give rise to illusions. Without illusions, conflict is impossible. Yeah, because what would the will of God conflict with? It doesn't. Illusions conflict with themselves. Okay, let us try to recognize this today and experience the peace that this recognition brings. If you try out this meditation, I think you can recognize the peace that this brings. Begin the longer practice periods by repeating these thoughts several times, slowly, and with firm determination to understand what they mean and to hold them in mind. So we do 2 longer practice periods of 10 to 15 minutes, and to begin them, we repeat, Hey Manako Aberhuber. Cool name. Welcome to our reading here, brother. So we begin our longer practice periods by repeating these thoughts several times, slowly, and with firm determination to understand what they mean and to hold them in mind. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Perhaps slower, but I'm doing a reading here, so there is no, but a few times too, right? At the beginning of the practice period, there is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Because what would I be in conflict with, right? Then spend several minutes adding some related thoughts, such as, I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills peace for his Son. So any contributory thoughts. I used some thoughts that come up later on, like I share God's will for happiness for me. I used today, God isn't everything I see because God is in my mind. I used, my mind is part of God's. I am very holy. Some other, there was a bunch of other ones that just kind of naturally came to my mind. So during this introductory phase of the longer practice period, be sure to deal quickly with any conflicting thoughts that may arise. But there's maybe some but what about, and who and how and that guy and this and what am I supposed to do? And we're attempting to enter the holy instant and let go of those things. So tell yourself immediately if conflicting thoughts arise, there is no will but God's. These conflicting thoughts are meaningless. I think my client's arriving early. That's not a conflicting thought. That's meaningless. Anyways, okay. So anytime, if any sort of but what about, but shouldn't, and the coronavirus or whatever, these conflicting thoughts are meaningless. There is no will but God's. Paragraph number 4. If there is one conflict area that seems particularly difficult to resolve, single it out for special consideration. Think about it briefly, but very specifically. Identify the particular person or persons and the situation or situations involved, and tell yourself this. So you think about the specific situation, the specific persons involved, and then you tell yourself, there is no will but God's. I share it with him. My conflicts about blank situation, person, or persons or whatever cannot be real. My conflicting thoughts about blank cannot be real. Paragraph number 5. After you have cleared your mind in this way, close your eyes and try to experience the peace to which your reality entitles you. Hold on one second. Hey, Neil.
Hey,
if you want, you can just go in and sit in that room. I'll be in a second.
all right.
Thank you, brother. Okay, so hey. Okay. After you've cleared your mind in this way, close your eyes and try. So I think basically it may be saying that if you notice there's a particular thing that's like bothering you, you can open your eyes and look at this sentence and use it or something like that. I'm not sure why it would say close your eyes, because your eyes are supposed to be already closed, I think. So I don't have trouble remembering that sentence. There is no will but God's. I share it with him. I added a little bit, my conflicting thoughts, not my conflicts, but my conflicting thoughts about blank cannot be real. After you've cleared your mind in this way, close your eyes and try to experience the peace to which your reality entitles you. Sink into it and feel it closing around you. There may be some temptation to mistake these attempts for withdrawal. There may be some temptation to mistake these attempts for withdrawal, but the difference is easily detected. If you are exceeding, you will feel a deep sense of joy and an increased alertness rather than a feeling of drowsiness and innervation. What's innervation? I'm not sure, but I imagine it's sort of like a synonym of drowsiness. Anyways, paragraph number 6. You can look up innervation if you want, or you could just meditate on peace. That's a good idea. Joy characterizes peace. And by this experience, you will recognize that you have reached it. I certainly had a joyful meditation in this today. If you feel yourself slipping off into withdrawal, quickly repeat the idea for today and try again. So if you feel yourself slipping off into drowsiness or something like that, remember the idea. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Do this as often as necessary. Okay, Wanako Aberhuber says innervation is to be annoyed. Okay, I hope I'm saying your name right, brother. And I'm confident there is no offense, because there is no will but God's. There's nothing to be offended by, for sure. Thank you for that. Thank you, my sunshiny sister girlfriend, Misha Lee. Thank you for the message there, honey. Okay, there is definite gain in refusing to allow retreat and to withdraw, even if you do not experience the peace you seek. So if you feel yourself withdraw, you could keep repeating the idea for today. In the shorter practice periods, which should be undertaken at regular and predetermined intervals today, say to yourself, there is no will but God's. I seek his peace today. Then try to find what you are seeking. A minute or two every half an hour, with eyes closed if possible, would be well spent in this today. A minute or two every half hour, with eyes closed if possible, will be well spent on this today. There is no will but God's. I seek his peace today. There is no will but God's. You seek his peace today. There is no will but God's. We seek his peace today. We could even say this to a temper tantrum screaming brother or sister we see, there is no will but God's. You seek his peace today. In our hearts and our minds, we can pray this way as we see this, perhaps brother or sister being like, we can see that underneath it, that's what you're really wanting, There is a cool way the Course has us say that there's two ways of looking at everything. Everything is one, an extension of love, or two, this is within the dream of time or something, or two, a call for love. Everything is either an extension of love or a call for love. And both of those things, if we categorize everything that way, naturally would have us respond with love. An extension of love, it's easy, perhaps really easy if someone's extending love to feel love. But if a call for love is a even more motivating reason to give that. All right, everybody, that's the lesson for the day. I'm going to go and say hey to my friend. What's my friend? Yeah, what's another word for that? I'm not sure. Client. No, my friend, Neil. Okay. Ciao, everybody. Much love. Ciao, ciao.